Hello and welcome. Today I am joined by Oz and we're going to learn a little bit about the Transformers game. Oz, can you tell me about it?
Okay, so Transformers is based on the property that everyone knows from Michael Bay movies or from cartoons and the toys. It is made by the same people who make Magic, so Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast are actually owned by Hasbro, who make the toys. So there's a good synergy there.
Corporate synergy.
Yeah.
So I'm liking my hobbies.
Yeah. So it is a card game. It's a trading card game, but it operates on a different level to a lot of other games because there's no resource management, which a lot of card games have.
So why would someone want to play this rather than like Magic? Is it because you're a big Transformers fan or because of the game? Like why?
A lot of people play the game because they're Transformers fans, and there are a lot of people who have come from that background and not actually know much about TCGs, but they have fun learning. But there are also a lot of people I've seen from Yu-Gi-Oh backgrounds, Pokemon backgrounds, Magic backgrounds, who just want something different. I think the reason people like this game is the big character cards. This is what it's all about. Transforming them back and forth, giving them abilities as you do it.
So the flip is the transform.
The flip is the transform. So Megatron here transforms into Megatron that everyone knows and hates and transforms back into a tank. But yeah, the ability to transform them back to give them abilities is a really fun part, and the size of the cards. People walk past when you're in a game store and look at the cards and like, wow, they're huge.
Now you've been playing for a while, haven't you?
I've been playing ever since the game came out, which was about 2 years ago, and really loving every moment of it. There's a couple of communities I play with. The game's not huge, but the communities are really, really cool. I went to the States. I won an invitation to their kind of world championship, and playing with 160 people there who are all Transformers fans in one way or another was just fantastic. The crowd was really, really welcoming, and like they'd comment on each other's t-shirts and you know, all that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
So, I mean, I'm from a Magic background. I've tried a couple of different TCGs, and you know, sometimes you find something like Final Fantasy has a thing where you can sort of use your cards as resources rather than like playing the character. You can discard it. You know, Keyforge has the whole thing with unique decks. So the transforming aspect of it, is it anything else that makes it unique to the game?
There's a couple of things. So I have Decepticons here, you have Autobots, but we don't have to play it that way. Your team is made up of 25 stars. There's a star count below on their alt mode. It tells you how many stars each character is. Soundwave actually has cassettes under him which pop out like this, but this guy is a 5-star card. So I could play with this team here, but you could also play with this team, and I could play like this. And there's no restriction to that. You can mix your favorite Transformers together. And a lot of people play that way who have come from a toy background. They just throw their favorite characters together and play a deck made
so you
from
can
that.
Like have fun, mix up with lore, but also mechanic-wise.
Yeah.
The different sort of factions have different abilities that can play well together.
Yes. There's also tribes. So this is a tank, that's a car, that's a truck, that's a Dinobot. You can make a whole tribe of Dinobots, a whole tribe of cars, a whole tribe of planes, tanks. There's even trains and boats.
So I've played a couple of games that I've enjoyed, and the first time you showed me how to play, we were playing some Magic. We had a break after we got knocked out of Commando, those bastards.
Yes.
Killed us early. And you said, I played Transformers. I'm like, oh, okay, Oz. And I played it, and I really enjoyed it. And it was I remember saying that was an annoyingly good game. Because I've tried other TCGs and like playing Magic. I like playing Pauper. I like playing Legacy. I like playing Draft. I like playing EDH. I've got some formats. I've got some decks. Sometimes it's hard to get into a new card game. But I really enjoyed it. And one thing I really like is the way that they do combat.
Yeah. So
can you tell me about that?
This is a completely combat-based game. You're not going to win most of the time unless you damage the other characters enough to knock them out.
So the aim is to kill the other characters?
Yeah, so you don't have a life total like in Magic. Your life total is the life total on your characters, which is represented in the middle of their stats here. Each character has an attack value and a defense value. And when I attack with, say, Soundwave here, I'll attack with him. And then when you attack, you flip over 2 cards from your deck. If you hit a white, it's like a critical hit. The colors of the icons you flip in the corner here are added to either your attack when you're attacking or your defense when you're defending. So I'm not adding any orange to my attack here. But if this was on my defense, I'm adding 3 to my defense.
So there's some randomization in it.
Yes. The whites randomize, you think you might only hit for like, 2 damage, say your character's got 2 attacks, sorry, and you flip 2 oranges, you might be counting on that, but you might hit a white and flip 3 oranges. There's also some cards in the game that have double icons on them. There's some with triple icons on them.
So yeah, so the other thing is obviously, so you've got actions and upgrades which you can put on your characters or
Yes.
your abilities. And so what I really liked is you have there's stuff that you want to play, but also stuff that you just want to flip. So you might have stuff that like, oh, this does. What's a good example?
Yeah, I'm trying to find one too.
Yeah, improvised shields.
Yes.
Which has, when you flip it over, it does 2 orange, so 2 extra attack, but it's a terrible card you wouldn't actually ever want to play.
Well, it depends. If you're in
Generally.
in an all orange deck, you wouldn't want to play it. In a defensive deck with a couple of those just to get a higher attack, maybe. And there are situations late in game where it's like, okay, I just need that extra defense. So I wouldn't play this usually, but I will play this just for this last turn.
I think I enjoy that there's the deck building constraint of, okay, I've got to service both the ability to do damage, but also cards I want to play. And that's something I really enjoy.
Yeah, so you can, it's also a weird game too, like you will draw 1 card a turn, but you will flip 4 before you draw another card. So a quarter of your deck, sorry, 3/4 of your deck, you're not actually drawing, you're flipping. So you want that part of your deck to be as good, if not better, than the cards you're drawing.
And just synergize with your characters.
Yeah. So I like that too. And it's really fun when you have a character like your Grimlock, where you can play cards that pump him up with what's called bold, which lets you flip extra cards on attack, and you can pump him up so far that you flip half your deck on attack, and he just hits for 1 billion. But I can also flip 10 cards on defense.
Well, Oz, thank you very much for showing us how to play. It's something I've been sort of dipping my toes into a little bit more and enjoying quite a bit.
Thank you.